Hey drinking buddies, thanks for joining me again today. We are going to take two different styles of breathing and they balance one another out. We're going to do breath of fire and Sitali breath. Breath of fire has some contraindications. You wouldn't want to do breath of fire if you're expecting a baby or if you have any uncontrolled blood pressure. You also want to keep your eyes open during breath of fire because we want to make sure that you're not hyperventilating. We want you to achieve optimal oxygen uptake, but we don't want you to start feeling woozy, and we want you to be able to tell if you're starting to get the tunnel vision. So Sitali breath doesn't have any contraindications, but it does require the rolling of the tongue, and some of us don't have the genetics for that, so we end up just having to stick the tongue out. I would recommend, if you're an athlete, that you start your warm-up with half a minute to 3 minutes of breath of fire, and then once you're complete with your workout and you're ready to cool down, taking half a minute to 3 minutes of Sitali breath. Breath of fire will heat you up, Sitali breath will cool you down. Breath of fire can be performed seated or standing. Many people like to leave the hands on the hips. It's traditional to take the arms above the head, interlace the fingers, and release the fingers. And I just don't have the camera rig that's tall enough to demonstrate that. So you can do that if you want to, but I won't be demonstrating it that way. With breath of fire, you'll really want to feel your belly button pulsing back and forth and in and out. So you're using your belly and your diaphragm as sort of a pump. So breath of fire is taken forcefully in and out through the nose. You're going to start warming up. You're going to feel your heart rate come up a bit. And most people will even start to sweat if they do it for long enough. So in and out through the nose, rapid and forceful with movement in the belly. We'll begin. Keep going. It's like a dog panting, but instead of panting with the mouth open, the panting is happening with the mouth closed. So if you're having trouble coordinating your belly and your breath, stop thinking about your belly and just pretend that you're panting like a dog, but with your mouth closed. Keep going. You might be feeling your belly muscles tightening, like you're not able to move your belly as far back and forth as you could at the beginning, and that's quite normal. It's just that your muscles are warmed up and engaging, so nothing's the matter, but you might have to breathe more shallowly as you go. So again, we want you to make sure that you're not overdoing it. If you start to feel woozy or lightheaded or seeing stars, open your eyes and take deeper breaths. You'll take a deep inhale, hold your breath, and exhale, release. You can do it out through the mouth or out through the nose, whatever's comfortable for you. So that's breath of fire. You should feel pretty warm. Now, to counteract that, we'll take Sitali breath. And if you don't have the genetics to roll your tongue, you'll just gently stick your tongue out like a dog. So Sitali breath is notable because in this case, we'll be inhaling through the mouth and exhaling through the nose. A lot of times we inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. We're going to go opposite for Sitali breath. So I happen to have the genetics to be able to roll my tongue, so that's how I'll demonstrate it. You do whatever works for you. So we inhale through the mouth, exhale through the nose. Keep going. And you notice that as you draw air over the tip of your tongue that's exposed, it's quite cool sensation. And then you close your mouth, exhale through the nose, and you feel that hot air escaping. So it's going to start to cool you down eventually. Sometimes people get uncomfortably cool on the tongue or in the nostrils, and if that's happening for you, discontinue the Sitali breath and go back to breath of fire or just a normal breath. So we'll take 3 more. And once you've completed your third, your breath pace might be different from mine, but once you've completed your third, just again, swallow, check in with yourself. If you feel better, if you feel neutral, if you feel warmer or cooler or no difference in temperature, there's no wrong experience. But I hope both breath of fire and Sitali breath will serve you. They don't have to be used together. You can just use breath of fire to energize yourself or to activate your inner fire. And you can also just use Sitali for when you want to cool down or when you want to relax or something like that. So they don't have to be used hand in hand, but they do complement each other. So I hope this was helpful to you. Rock out with your cork out.